Yo, good morning. 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 Good morning, good morning, good morning. Freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers and freedom fighters. Snapzilla Gorillas in the place. Hollering at y'all. Hitting y'all upside the head with another morning paper. Good morning to everybody. Salute to Black Spring. Salute to, good morning to you, Queen. Real Eyes, good morning to you. Varsity, salute to you. Kelvin Black. Tanya D is in the building. Spooky Crispy's in the building. Salute to y'all. Hope you guys had a great weekend, right? I had a great weekend myself. What the hell? So, yesterday, I did a live stream yesterday where I talked about the Argentinian bailout, and I clicked on the wrong shit. I clicked on I started the live stream that was supposed to be about Israel's vote to annex the West Bank, and I didn't realize it until last night. And I was like, oh, that's why people were coming in there talking about Israel. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I'm talking about Argentina. Y'all talking about Israel. Anyway, my bad. Salute to Latressa. Y'all go check out the book that I published, The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. Y'all can get that on Amazon. It's free as an ebook if you have Kindle. So y'all go check that out. Check it out, read it, leave a review. Anyway, how y'all doing this morning? Yeah. I'm going to abandon the live stream about Israel's vote to annex. Maybe not. We'll see. Anyway, today I want to talk about how the Donald Trump administration is the most corrupt in history. And really what it is, it's the most openly corrupt. This is the most openly corrupt administration in the history of the United States. Now, every administration is corrupt. Why? Because, well, it's the United States government. So the idea of government is corrupt in general. But I will say, when it comes to being openly corrupt, I will say that the Trump administration is the most openly corrupt in a minute. It just is in history. The most openly corrupt, because the things that they are doing to openly go against the Constitution, to openly go against, to violate the Constitution, to violate international laws, to violate, like to support a genocidal country like Israel, the genocidal government of Israel. Someone says I'm brainwashed. Thank you very much. I take that and cleared my brain. I have washed my brain of all nonsense. Yes, thank you very much for recognizing that. I am brainwashed. I have cleansed my brain of the statist bullshit. And you know, really? Stupid fucking asshole. Anyway, of course. In my back, y'all, give me a Romeo Lima Charlie. Give me a Romeo Lima Charlie, y'all. If you guys can read me. I lost quite a few people with that disruption. Thank you. So the bottom line is this, y'all. Someone asked me how Donald Trump went against the Constitution. Bump stock bans. Bump stock bans, right? Bump stock bans violates the Constitution. What are you talking about? Let's see, what else? Being a proponent of civil asset forfeiture. That is against the Constitution. And I'm not even a constitutionalist, but guess what? He violates all the time. It is what it is. So, Donald Trump and the Trump administration is the most corrupt. The most openly corrupt. I won't say the most corrupt, period, but the most openly corrupt administration that has ever been in office, period. The level of violations that they are committing, right? The lies, the bullshit, right? Completely, it's a level of corruption that is unfounded, right? That is just crazy. Taking our money and sending it to Argentina, right? Bailing out Argentina, that is extremely corrupt, especially when you find out that the reason behind that is because a billionaire hedge fund manager invested in Argentina and failed big time, and now he's asking his buddies in government to bail him out. That's basically what it is. It's a bailout for a hedge fund manager. Period. Yeah, Donald Trump was responsible for that. Right? He let that happen. Name them specifically. What are you talking about? Name them what? Name them what? I'm a nut job because I'm coming out and explaining. I'm telling the truth about the Trump administration. What they're doing, what they're trying to do with Venezuela is corruption. Right? It is, point blank and period. Saying that you're just gonna, blowing up tiny boats in the Caribbean with impunity and without due process. Right? Just blowing them up, just killing people just because you feel like it. And then saying, we're just going to kill everybody who brings drugs into the country. But then you ignore the Mexican cartels. Blatantly, you just allow the Mexican cartels to do whatever they want. The Mexican cartels can have carte blanche to commit drug trafficking, child sex trafficking, and you're doing nothing meaningful to the cartels at all whatsoever. I would say that is corrupt, right? Allowing that to happen. Also, what else? You guys want some more? How about the Epstein files? I sound real dumb. Okay. I sound real dumb. Well, I sound real dumb because you guys are real dumb. I sound real dumb to you because you are real dumb. Yeah, people who use common sense and understand how shit works. Yeah, they understand what I'm talking about. I'm glad you guys are here because you can explain to me why he no longer wants to release the Epstein files. That is the most. That is the most disgusting cover. This is the biggest cover up, the biggest scandal in United States history in terms of the government. The hugest scandal, the Epstein files. Did Joe Biden not release them? Did they not get released during the Biden administration? Sure, absolutely. But Donald Trump is now saying, oh, it's a hoax. Oh, there is no Epstein list. It's a hoax. It's a Democrat hoax. But you said that you were going to make sure that they get released when you became president. But now that, oh, well, my name is on the list? My name's on there? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a hoax. And then you have Kash Patel's dumbass come out and say, oh, well, there is no, Jeffrey Epstein didn't traffic children to anybody. Just lying, right? Lying. That's part of that's the Trump administration. The Trump administration, the most corrupt. And either Trump is instrumental in the corruption, or he is a completely impotent leader. He is a completely impotent commander-in-chief and is being manipulated, and that makes him weak as fuck. And it still makes his administration the most corrupt. The most corrupt, point blank and period. And one good example that I'm going to be getting into is why Donald Trump decided to declare war on the cartels, but completely ignore the Mexican cartels and go after Venezuela, right? You're going to love this one. You're going to love it, because what I found out, well, it's completely crazy. Marco Rubio is the one, right? Let's understand. Marco Rubio is in Donald Trump's cabinet. That makes him part of the Donald Trump administration. When I say Donald Trump administration, I'm talking about everybody in Donald Trump's cabinet, including Pete Hegseth, who is in party to the corruption. Yes, the administration includes any cabinet member that is pulling strings right now and getting shit done. Marco Rubio was able, because let's be clear, Marco Rubio wants a regime change in Venezuela, and that's what this is all about. He tried other methods to get Donald Trump to target Venezuela, and it didn't work. Donald Trump wasn't rocking with it, according to reports, right? So he tried, humanitarian crisis, right? He tried to say, Maduro is horrible to his people. There's a humanitarian crisis. Trump didn't care about that at all. And then there's also a report, a source within, within the White House, within the government of the administration right now. There is no fentanyl coming in from goddamn Venezuela. There's no fentanyl coming from Venezuela, coming into this country. It's not coming from Venezuela. Zero, practically zero. But see, that's what they use, right? Oh, the fentanyl is killing people. That's the justification. Well, first of all, they don't get fentanyl from Venezuela. If there were any drug coming from Venezuela, it would be cocaine. Cocaine has been coming into this country for decades, for multiple Southern American countries, like, Colombia, right? That's not, the cocaine, that's not really the issue here, is it? No, they use the fentanyl, but there is no fentanyl coming from the goddamn Venezuela. Yeah, that's the fact. Beta liberal, now I'm a liberal. Well, you guys are clearly new to the channel, because I'm not a liberal at all. You can call me a beta. I don't give a fuck about none of that. None of y'all can whoop my ass. Call me a beta, call me whatever the fuck you want to call me, but you can't whoop me. So it is what it is. Y'all can say what you want. You can't whoop my ass. Anyway, yeah. So apparently, Marco Rubio was able to convince Donald Trump to go after Venezuela because he convinced Donald Trump, supposedly, because he knew Donald Trump was big on the drug thing in the United States, particularly fentanyl. Right, particularly the fentanyl, but there's no fentanyl coming from Venezuela. And on top of that, these tiny little boats that they're blowing up, they're not providing any evidence that there were drugs on those boats. But y'all don't care about that because you got, according to y'all, well, what are those boats doing on those drug routes? What are they doing on those drug trafficking routes? Oh, well, what kind of fishing boat had 5 motors? Who told you this information? Who told you that these boats have 5 motors? Five motors? High performance boats? This is what you guys are saying. Where y'all getting that from? All the boats? Every single boat that they blew up. And it wouldn't matter because you can go fishing on whatever the fuck type of boat you want. You can go fishing on a goddamn yacht if you feel like it. But that's irrelevant, right? Because at the end of the day, they're not providing any proof that these boats have drugs on them. And what's the common talking point? Oh, the intelligence agencies, they don't have to tell us blah, blah, blah. They don't have to prove anything. Yeah, they do. They do. What are you talking about? It's called due process, right? It's called going to court. It's called proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that the people you say are committing crimes are committing the crimes. But we're just killing them. And when I say we, I'm talking about United States citizens, you dumbass voters, you dumbass, stupid ass voters who go out and vote and give, and transfer power, transfer your power to this government. Yeah, you people. Yeah. The taxpayer. We're culpable. We're responsible. So we are killing people in the Caribbean. Just with impunity. Let's just go kill these motherfuckers. And then we're just supposed to believe that they are doing what our government is saying they're doing. Well, the reality is this. They don't give a hot damn about nobody's goddamn drugs. Okay? This is about regime change. And this is why Donald Trump is saying, oh, well, they're also getting drugs. Venezuela's getting drugs. They're using the land as well. So now that's the excuse to commit a land invasion, initiate a land invasion against the country of Venezuela. Well, it's about oil. It's about gold. It's about other minerals. They don't want Maduro in charge. Yeah, Maduro offered oil. He offered gold. But Donald Trump said, no, we want you out of there. They want to oust. It's about ousting the president of Venezuela, Maduro. It's about Venezuela no longer being an independent sovereign nation. That's what this is really about. Real talk. The most just complete and open disregard for humanitarian laws, international laws. We are blowing up tiny little boats. We are mobilizing a huge military force to intimidate Venezuela. We're killing people indiscriminately. This is corruption at its finest. If it were the Biden administration, you guys would not be rocking with this. Y'all wouldn't be supporting this. You guys wouldn't be making excuses. It's high-level corruption. Point blank and period. All in your faces and openly. Yeah. going out of our way to help Israel commit a genocide, funding them, and all this other shit, coming up with this fake ass peace deal, when really what you're trying to do, you're trying to what they call it, you're trying to beautify the state of Palestine. You're trying to turn Gaza into beachfront property for the billionaires Zionists that really control this country, that really control Trump. It's the most openly corrupt administration in U.S. history. And the reason they're able to do it is because you right-wing nutbaskets, you right-wing statists are allowing it to happen. You guys, you cheer for it. Y'all don't care. And, you Democrats aren't off the hook either. Right? And don't get me started with these independents. You're not independent. You caucus with the left or the right. That's not independence. You guys are going with the flow. You guys are going with the narrative. You guys are going with the status quo. You don't want to go against the status quo because, well, you want to have a seat in Congress. You want to be able to have some influence, right? So you roll with what you want to roll with. Yeah, I know a lot of people in here mad. Oh, y'all big mad, ain't you? Oh, yeah. The entire system is flawed. You see, I understand that. But if you go administration by administration by administration, every administration is corrupt because the government in of itself is a corrupt system. I'm talking about the openness at which they commit their corruption at the highest level. At the highest level you have ever seen. You're using your noodle. What about the CIA? The CIA, listen, Donald Trump is the leader of the executive branch. The executive branch is the law enforcement arm of the United States government. The CIA is an entity under the executive branch. If the CIA is corrupt, it's because, the commander-in-chief is allowing it to operate corruptly. Right? It's all about the regime change. Yes. It's about the regime change. That's what this is all about. So we're going to get into a little bit of now. We're going to get into hold on, y'all. We're going to get into how this all came about. I already gave you guys a brief synopsis of how Rubio was able to convince Donald Trump to go after Venezuela. Yes, the CIA falls under the executive branch. Yes. So that means that Donald Trump is responsible. It's simple civics. What is my pronouns? Whatever your mama want to call me when I'm blowing her back out. Rubio ain't do nothing. Sure, pal. Spooky Crispy says, time to activate the independent segment of our government. It's a no-brainer. We need to activate dismantlement of our government. That's what needs to happen. Independents don't do shit. Independents don't do shit but rock with the left or the right. You understand what I'm talking about? I'm worried about my pops, not my mom's, but you. Huh? That's what we need to concern ourselves with. We don't need to trying to get independence in there to make change. They ain't gonna do shit. They're not gonna do shit. Someone says I don't understand shit. Well, help me understand what I need to understand. Understand me some shit if I don't understand shit. LOL, dismantle government and you think you be sitting in the car as a free man? Absolutely. See, there's a way to do it. And I've explained it many times. But, you know, you can talk your shit. Go on ahead with you. Salute to the real Isaac Even send me a party hat. I appreciate that. Salute to you. Uncle look like Common. I don't look like Common. You can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. What does that mean? You can't throw? I think you meant throw the baby out. Do you thank the president for securing our border yet? That's his job, isn't it? Don't we pay him to do that shit? Isn't that the fucking job? Yeah, you want the government. That's what they, that's what they swear to do, to defend the nation, right? What are you talking about? Thank him? Congratulations, you did your fucking job. While you continue to grape the American people, while you continue to extort and extract wealth from the American people and give it to people and give it to nations like Argentina. Yeah. What am I thanking them for? Okay, you did your fucking job. Now you are stealing, failed the nation. What are we talking about? I'm wrong? Tell me what's right. Tell me what's right. I'm giving you an opportunity. I can't wait till I start doing call-ins, because y'all can, so you motherfuckers can call in and tell me exactly what you feel. Yeah. I know you mad. Don't talk about my baby daddy. Don't talk about my baby daddy, Trump. They have to pay it back. No, they don't. How many times have Venezuela, do you know how many times Venezuela has defaulted on loans and shit? What are we talking about? It's not going to get paid back. Who told you that? I'm live for nothing, then why are you here? Okay, let me help you out. If I'm live for nothing, that means that you don't need to be here. You don't want to be here. I'm going to get you out of here. I avoid factual comments. Man, you guys are starving for attention. Thirsty motherfuckers. We have Dum Dum that doesn't even know he is dumb. Okay. Look up Arthur, a kid stolen by ICE, and they claim he has a gun. Yeah, they're going to lie to you. Right? When is Donald Trump going to go after the Mexican cartels that are putting hits on ICE, that are putting bounties on ICE members? When is he going to go after the Mexican cartels? Yeah, the ones right there south of the border, the ones that are operating within the country right now. When is he going to start killing those people? What was it? Help me understand it. Argentina has natural minerals that we will benefit from. $20 billion. We gave them, we can give. Who's going to benefit? First of all, let me ask you a question. Let's say we get some of those natural minerals. Are you going to get a check for that? Or is Donald Trump's Rob Citron and Besson, are they going to get, and them and their millionaire and billionaire buddies, they're going to get benefit from that. We're not going to get, I don't know what y'all don't understand. We don't get any return. We don't get checks. We don't get dividends. Do you get a dividend check every year from all the countries that we're graping for the minerals? Every month. Are you getting dividend checks that says returns for the oil in this country, returns for the minerals in that country? You're not getting no fucking check. What you thought this was? Oh, you thought you was gonna get, you think you could get paid for this shit? Man, y'all are delusional as fuck. You get no benefit at all whatsoever. At all. 43 Bs. Yeah, they're not gonna get shit. You can't what no more? You want me to help you get out of here? Alan Wheeler? You want me to block you so you don't ever have to come back? Help me understand what you want. Spooky Crispy says, do you realize that we only have one independent? We've had, like I said, you can get an independent in there, but what's he gonna do? Who is he gonna caucus with at the end of the day? The Mongoose said, Hugh Mongoose says no. Why would we? Because it's our fucking money, you dumbass. Where are they getting the $40 million from? The American taxpayer. What? Man, y'all are slow. Nobody thought they were going to get paid for it, and that's where that makes you even stupider. If you think that it's okay to take our money to send to other countries for no benefit to us whatsoever, we don't get any benefit from it. You think that that's okay? That makes you stupid as fuck. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to tell y'all like it is. It is what it is. This is the energy I come with every time. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Take our wealth. Take our money. Send it to other countries to bail them out, and we won't get no benefit. Sure. Yeah, that's okay. Fucking idiotic. Wow. Ooh-wee. So, now this is from Drop Site, okay? All right, this is from Drop Site, where it's an article that goes into how Marco Rubio got Donald Trump to target Venezuela. And it had, because he tried to do it other times, and then he used drugs. Yeah, he used drug trafficking to convince Donald Trump, right? Because why didn't we do this in Trump's first term? Because what we tried to do is back another candidate to try to take the seat as a president. Why do y'all engage with ignorant people? You are being farmed for engagement. Just leave the chat. Am I saying he should just let the drug trafficking continue? When has he stopped the drug trafficking? That's my question. When has the drug trafficking stopped? Anyway. Now, U.S. intelligence has assessed that little to none of the fentanyl trafficked to the United States is being produced in Venezuela, despite recent claims from the Trump administration. A senior official directly familiar with the matter tells Drop Site. The official noted that many of the boats targeted for strikes by the Trump administration do not even have the requisite gasoline or motor capacity to reach U.S. waters, dramatically undercutting claims by the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Lies. The Secretary of War is not the Secretary of Defense anymore, Secretary of War. The claim is backed up by recent comments made by Senator Rand Paul, who similarly noted that zero fentanyl is being produced in Venezuela. Despite the lack of intelligence leaking Venezuela with fentanyl production, the Trump administration has made alleged Venezuelan drug trafficking the casus belli in its drive to overthrow the government of Nicolas Maduro. On Thursday, President Trump referred to a possible grounding action, claiming at the press conference that sea drugs, what is a sea drug? Sea drugs coming in are 5%. 5%. That means drugs coming in by sea are 5% of what they were a year ago. So now they're coming in by land. So all this focus on the tiny boats in the ocean it's only 5%. So drugs coming in by sea are 5% of what they were last year, but yet they are heavily targeting tiny little boats in the Caribbean. Okay. They're coming in by land. The land is going to be next, he said, indicating that he was willing to bypass congressional approval, which is corruption. Yeah, Trump's the GOAT, all right. Trump's the GOAT of corruption. Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. What do you think they closed the border for, Einstein? Oh, boy. You think closing the border still stop? You think that stops the drugs from coming in? Y'all really think that? You think the drug trafficking gets stopped? Is that what you think? Ooh, y'all are slow as hell. It has not. The drug trafficking hasn't stopped. Illegal immigration might have slowed down a lot, but the drug trafficking ain't stopped yet. You know they use U.S. military to get drugs into the country. They use special forces to get drugs into the country. They use the CIA, the DEA. The government helps get drugs into this country, regardless. Anyway, jail lawyer, sure. On Friday, the U.S. announced it is sending an aircraft carrier for Latin America in further escalation. Now we're sending an aircraft carrier over there. Sex trafficking is down 36%. It could be down 80% if they just went after the cartels in Mexico. It could be down way more than 36% if they focused on the motherfucking Mexican cartels that are committing a lot of the sex trafficking. Yeah, how about that? He also doesn't have to act an act of Congress to activate the whole entirety of the border patrol. Well, you know, it's all a game. None of these people have any authority to do anything in reality, but they do anything they want. Why isn't Trump hitting the cartels? Because he benefits from the cartels, just like Benjamin Nosferatu benefits from the existence of Hamas. The United States government in general, they need the cartels to justify their existence. So they benefit financially from the cartels. They benefit financially from our subservience and our consent to govern, given our consent to be governed. Anyway, two sources familiar with discussions with the White House note that the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, a longtime proponent of regime change in Venezuela, has been the driving force behind the aggressive military rhetorical posture toward the Maduro regime. Toward that end, Marco Rubio, also in charge of the remnants of the U.S. Agency for International Development, has redirected millions in money previously allocated for pro-democracy measures in Venezuela and the surrounding countries, a thinly veiled effort to prep the region for war. Rubio cycled through multiple arguments for regime change in Venezuela during the early months of the administration, largely based around human rights and election concerns, and which were unconvincing to Trump. After assuming a position of the National Security Council in the spring, Rubio then presented a new argument to Trump that Maduro was a narco-terrorist drug trafficker based on a 2020 indictment by the Department of Justice under the first Trump administration over alleged cocaine trafficking. The official noted Trump's personal distaste for drugs and a campaign pledge to the U.S. that the U.S. military against Mexican drug cartels as important impetus for Trump greenlighting recent strikes. Mexican cartels, with Trump unable so far to carry out attacks. Let me repeat this. With Trump unable so far to carry out attacks on Mexican cartels, strikes seen as politically untenable, Rubio effectively steered his gaze to Maduro. The potential of access to Venezuela's vast oil resources made the argument that much easier. Rubio's policy was most recently at a crossroads after Maduro offered to turn over those oil resources to the United States in exchange for cessation of hostilities. Trump acknowledged the offer in the recent appearance, saying Maduro offered everything. You know why? Because he doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. You see that? Salute to Daryl Anderson in the building. Salute to you, brother. But that's what's up. I appreciate you, bro. Try different news sources. I have. This is from Drop Site. And they have sources within government that have given them this information. But we already know this. These things are already known. Trump wasn't thinking about no goddamn Maduro for the first few months of his administration. And Marco Rubio has been very vocal about regime change in Venezuela. So what are we? This is shit that is already known. Exactly, chilling person. Get sources I like better. That's what y'all are saying. Yeah. I pull from the same place over and over, says the power hustler. I have never cited drop site before today. So what are you talking about? I always use different sources. Oh, you got a problem with the source. You wake up to the favorite webpage and don't question your beliefs. I do like ground news. First of all, the power hustler. I question what I see and I question what I hear, not what I believe. My belief changes on what I can discern from what I see and hear. I know. It's okay. Y'all don't want to hear that? When has Maduro in Venezuela been such a huge talking point in terms of drugs coming into the country? It is largely known that the Mexican cartels are instrumental in getting fentanyl into the country. Yet we haven't done shit to the Mexican cartels, anything meaningful to stop that from happening. None of that has happened. Take everything with a grain of salt, says the power hustler. Sure, you don't need to tell me that. I salute to you, ASD. Salute to you. Yeah, y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all want to hear Trump is the greatest. Trump is he's doing so many great things. He's saving the country. No, he's driving the country into the fucking ground. Right? But it's not just him. This is being done strategically by the corporations, the bankers, the special interest groups. That's what's really driving this, right? Yes, the meth and fentanyl are coming up through Mexico. The cartels, the Mexican cartels are bringing the drugs in here. 5% of drugs from the sea coming is 5% of what it was last year. Someone says I'm a clown. Sure. The whole administration, the wealthy and the billionaires. Salute to Marcy T. Thank you for coming back. Y'all can believe what you want. Believe what you want. But this lines up with the timeline. You understand? What I'm reading to you here? It lines up. It makes sense. Donald Trump wasn't talking about no goddamn Venezuelan cartels when he was running his campaign. No, he was talking about the Mexican cartels. He was talking about stopping the drugs from coming into the country and waging war against the Mexican cartels. That's what he has been talking about. He hasn't been talking about none of this shit. I believe this. Yeah, it makes sense to me. Sorry. Y'all can believe it or not believe it. I don't give a hot damn. But it makes total sense. And it lines up. It lines up with Marco Rubio's rhetoric, right up to this point. It lines up with Trump's rhetoric up to this point. The shift of focus to Venezuela in terms of the war against the cartels. Why not the war? Why not the Mexican cartels? Are we too pussy? What's up with that? Maybe it's because they don't really care about stopping drugs from coming to the country. They don't really care about that. Key Bailouts says he did sign a directive for the military to target drug cartels. Only so much you can do without invading another country. But he's about to invade Venezuela. See, your comment doesn't make sense because if he's able and willing to invade Venezuela, he can do the same thing to Mexico. Why not? That's what you really got to think about. The cartels are doing what these devils want them to do. Exactly. Big Christian entertainment. Yeah. His supporter says that he would run the country like he ran his companies. Never got he bankrupted 4 casinos. He did do that, and he got bailed out by the Rothschilds. Yeah, he is a Rothschild bailout recipient. He's not invading Venezuela. Oh, he's not? Not yet. But trust and believe he will when he gets the opportunity. Dwight Patterson, where have you been? Why do you think they're mobilizing 10,000 troops? And also 10,000 troops down there. Now he's sending an aircraft carrier down there, and he's talking about putting boots on the ground to stop the drugs. To me, it sounds like he's getting ready to launch an invasion into Venezuela. I bet you still believe Michelle was a woman. I don't care about none of that. That has no bearing on my life. That's something you care about because maybe you enjoy that type of thing, but I don't care about none of that because none of that affects my life. I don't care about that. To stop the drugs, you said it yourself, don't switch the subject. What the hell is you talking about? Oh, dude, you're listening to fake news. I need y'all to do better. BG95111 says, I'm pumped to see you criticizing the Trump admin. Absolutely. I'm going to criticize every admin because, well, every admin is part of the government. And I'm going to criticize the government every chance I get. Love our president, markets up, no cocaine in the White House. If that's, you believe that? What? You think there's no cocaine in the White House? Ooh-wee. Man, y'all are gullible. Anyway, y'all, I gotta get out of here. Thank you, Juicy Goosey. That's an interesting name, Juicy Goosey. Salute to you. Y'all hilarious. Salute to Juicy Goosey. The Superfly gamer cooling. No cocaine in the White House. That's hilarious. Make Argentina great again, basically. Salute to Marcy T. Man shell. I mean, hey, Marcy T, if that's what it is, that's what it is. Hey, ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't care about none of that. Hey, Marcy, I don't look down there, hey. Anyway, y'all. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate you. And yeah, I thank you for your comments, your disagreements, your agreements. It is what it is. This it's great to have these conversations because we can get to what we need to get to, y'all. We get closer every time. Juicy Goosey, you was trying to shoot your shot? That's funny. That's funny. Why would he vote for a drunken? So listen, y'all, if y'all want to hit me up, man, hit me up at freedomsmarch80@gmail.com. freedomsmarch80@gmail.com. If you guys, have any information for me, if you want to send me a message, if, you want me to talk about something, send it to freedomsmarch80@gmail.com. And I'm usually good about getting back to y'all. Salute to you, Cindy. Salute to you. I appreciate you for coming through. Salute to you, Dominic. Salute to you. Thank you. What do I think of Nick Fuentes? He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He's dumbass. I hear you, Marcy T. Wouldn't be no freedom without Trump. What freedom? What freedom did Trump give you? None whatsoever. So anyway, hit me up at freedomsmarch80.com if you guys want to chop it up. If y'all want to send me some information. If y'all want to, whatever y'all want to talk about. Talk about Palantir next. I will. I've been looking into that. I will. I'll look into it. Anyway, much love. Like, share, subscribe. Hit your boy up. You guys, like the guy that wants me to talk about Palantir, send me whatever information y'all want me to talk about at freedomsmarch80@gmail.com. All right. Salute to Nisi Loot. Thank you guys. Much love. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all get the likes up. Y'all hit the like button on the way out. Double tap that screen. Real quick. Danielle Ball says the level of misguided that you are is pretty sad, but it's okay because I'm going to pray for you because you think I'm misguided. Okay, that's fine. No problem, y'all. Much love. Salute to y'all. Y'all be safe out there. All right. Peace.